So you're about to watch one of my best Title Tuesdays ever. In this video, I had my best ever upset win in a Title Tuesday, defeating a really strong Super Grandmaster. But I also have a lot of really fun and instructive games against some really strong players. I've timestamped everything in the video description, so feel free to hop around at your leisure or watch the whole thing through. That's usually encouraged. Before we get to the chess, I do want to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Audible. If you haven't heard of Audible, which you probably should have by now, they are a massive platform of audiobooks and spoken word entertainment. And there's so many different genres you can find on Audible, between sci-fi and fiction, nonfiction, business. The list goes on, and there's always something new to discover on Audible. And let me give a sneak preview into my Audible library and just share a few of the titles I've been listening to recently. And one audiobook I want to highlight, one I've really been enjoying listening to, is called Stolen Focus: Why You Can't Pay Attention and How to Think Deeply Again by Johann Hari. And this is an audiobook that dives into just the concept of focus and how it's becoming increasingly more difficult to stay focused in today's world, especially with all the distractions of technology and social media. And through listening to this book, I've realized how to employ different strategies in which I can stay more focused in my own life. So I think this is a really great kind of self-improvement book, and one that I think will bring a lot of value to those who listen all the way through. So if you would like to try out Audible for free and get any audiobook of your choice, including this one, I do have a special offer for my viewers. You can click the link in the video description, audible.com/IamRosen, or text I am Rosen to 500 500. I do hope it brings some value into your life. And thanks again to Audible for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get to some chess. Okay. Oh, I pre-moved Queen D2. I didn't know you could pre-move as white before the first move. Okay. London time. I do have to adjust because there is a 1 second increment here. So no dirty flagging. Queen b3 is the idea. I don't mind the double pawns. Yeah, usually I play this position with the bishop on f5. Bishop on g4, I think I'll just win the tempo with h3. Black might be considering this move. Okay, so black lost a tempo. I still play h3 to ensure that my bishop has room to move back. And now the plan is b4, b5. Another plan is knight b3 to a5. I think I can play b5 right away because of this pin. So the c-pawn can take, but then I take with bishop. We might see rook c8 here. If rook c8, I have to move the bishop probably back to e2. And then the plan is b4, b5 yet again. Another idea is to play c6. Like if black plays e6, I think c6 wins just immediately. Or no, takes. That would just be a trade. c6 takes c7. Don't think it works. So the bishop, what is this move? Opponent wants to play e5. Could play bishop e7. I think I'll just play b4. And then after e5, just bishop g3. I want to castle, probably play rook c1, and then still go for this plan, as b7 is a bit weak. If I can attack the pawn and the rook has to go here, then it's aligned with the bishop. Okay. Maybe should have considered knight f3, but... And this is a plan now. b6. Okay. Thinking f3. If I take... There's also rook d8 or d1. Some idea to take and then win d5. I have f4 here. f4 takes f5. It looks weird. It's a bit anti-positional, but the idea is to open the diagonal. So the point is, if takes, I play f5, hitting this and this. And if takes, I hit the rook. Rook moves, I win the pawn. And then d6 is weak. Okay. Probably throw in the check. Okay, here I win the rook. Now I'll probably take the pawn. My fan is blowing a little bit too much. Okay. I mean, I probably have to take... Win another pawn. I think just h4. I'm leaving b4 hanging, but if black takes it, then bishop f4 check. Logical. I'm allowing rook c3, but knight d4 hits the thing, and I'm also hitting a6. And then there's massive x-ray vision. I mean, it's just a big shish kebab on the 6th rank. So if takes, and I windmill, rook g6. Okay, nice game. Got the job done there. Okay. Playing Laclede. Okay, another London. Bishop b5 is a trendy line these days. Queen b3 is also a line. Queen b3, bishop d6. This is a gambit line. White's not interested in taking the gambit. I think I'm supposed to defend the pawn. I'm just forgetting my prep. Or rook b8. Why am I not remembering? Probably just rook b8. And castling. Expecting bishop e2. Should play h3 pretty soon. Or h6. Play a6 first. There's some rooks. Rook fc8. That's some knight a5 idea. and then go for minority attack. Okay, change the plans. Taking bishop e2 doesn't work. Yeah, very positional game. Not sure what my plan is. Maybe eventually b5. Maybe some rook b6. Queen c7. So if b5 takes, and I just can't really allow b4. Put the bishop back. And maybe my queen should be on d6 here. The idea is to discourage queen a3. I mean, white plays it anyway. I could take and play a5. Okay, I should bring the king to d6. Oh wait, my rook's stuck though. What was my rook doing? King c7, rook d6. G5 may be coming, but maybe not. Okay. I think I want to play like h5, h4 if I get the chance. My rook should be elsewhere. How do I trade bishops? Wow. Such a weird plan. I just want to play h5. What my rook's doing. If f5, I have e5. Should probably play f6 and then go for h5. With c4, I play d4. Although I'm not sure.
King g3 is a bit strange. Up on time finally. Active rook. Attack from behind. I think this is okay. Should be very okay. Good try. Okay. Oh man, that took work. A lot of these sort of endgames, they come down to patience and just keeping composure. A lot of like kind of moving around aimlessly from both of us. But then when things kind of opened up and it got spicy, I was calculating this line, bishop c6, rook d4. I'm not sure what's going on there because I'm a bit pinned. But then if we go into the king pawn ending, white ends up being in zugzwang, I think. Okay, so 2 out of 2. Tied with Hikaru. Am I at my peak blitz rating? Hey, peak blitz rating. 2741. I shouldn't worry too much about rating, but that's a nice achievement. Yeah, they're just playing out rook. Wait, what? What's happening? It's not showing moves. It's just showing the clock moving back and forth. That's so weird. I've never seen this before. Do we cover a new bug? Or do we uncover a new bug? Oh, they're passing. Yeah, this is a new rule that's been added to chess. You can pass instead of making a move. That's so strange. They're stuck on move 103. Oh, they went from 103 to 122. King versus king. Oh, I'm playing Bortnyk. Okay. Bortnyk likes to play the Jobava London. I don't know what to play against Jobava London. I mean, knight c3 is coming. I'll play this line. Yeah, let's take. Wait, queen d2. I think I've seen queen d2 before. Take knight c6. No, this is new territory for me. Probably bishop f5 here. Get ready for this and this. So e5. We trade, I take on c5. And then the e3 square is nice for me. So bishop e3. Probably I take an f6. Interesting. Yeah, that's a better version. I could take on e4. Okay, that move I forgot about. Have rook d4 here. There's also a5. Maybe start with a5. a5 and then rook d4? If b5, rook d4 is interesting. Oh wait, b5 I can take. Okay, let's take. a3 is still coming, so probably b6 at the right moment. Go for this. b6, there's bishop b5. I think it's okay. Bishop b5, knight a7, bishop a6, king c7. Okay, I forgot why I could do it, but we're pretending this is all part of the plan. I think I should play g4. Knight comes to c4. Yeah, that's annoying. There. Interesting line where I get rook f2. The problem is white's threatening b5. So I have to play some ugly move. King d8. And b5 still comes. Man. I mean, I'm losing, I think. I have king now. I have to play like some knight b8. It's really ugly. Bishop e5, yeah. Or that. There's even, like, I couldn't take on g2 because bishop e4. That's so sad. Oops. There goes my rook. Okay. I gotta play that game. It was a weird opening. I took a lot of time trying to like figure out the intricacies of the position. Definitely a game to learn from though. Queen d2 is a new move for me. The main line, as far as I know, is c3 takes here. Knight c6. I think knight c6 and then takes and then bishop f5. I mean, it seemed like I got it. Why? There's a lot of bugs today. The notation is not showing what move. It still says we're on c3. Okay. I should have done this earlier. Chess. Yeah, so this is becoming a more popular line. This e4 pawn sacrifice. Oh, Bortnyk played this back in 2016. Wow. So he played queen d2. I'm really surprised there's not more games in the Masters database. But maybe it's such a new line that there's been more recent games. So first of all, Queen D2 is playable. Okay. So I took Knight C6 is fine. So engine really likes E5. I didn't play E5 because this, and then I'm pinned. But apparently, wow. Also, thank you, VMGZ, gifting 5. I appreciate that. This is actually really nice. So even though I can't take the bishop right away, I can take the bishop eventually with this move. Hitting this, preparing this, and this unpins the e-pawn and hits a king, and then next move I'll take the bishop. So if I saw that, maybe I would play e5. And then apparently black's already much better, because bishop e3, f5. And f4 is already a threat. That's a funny line. g3, g5. Bishop g5, bishop c5. Wow. Okay, that's a nice lesson. Wait, so what happened in the game? I played bishop f5 immediately. And okay, it was close to equal. Engine says I'm much better after ef3. Ah, because if takes, I have f2. Yeah, I played f6 kind of reflexively. And if knight takes, then f6. Bishop e3. Knight b4, wow. It's crazy, it's like already -5, even though it's equal material. I don't know if I fully understand this. Like rook e2, knight a2, king b1. We're threatening mate. How is this -6 almost? Rook d5. I guess white's just a bit stuck. Stockfish is so savage. Okay, good lesson to take away. Playing Carton. Or Cartonen, I should say. Dutch. Okay, I'll play some London. E6. Stonewall, interesting. Yeah, I don't mind the trade. Queen e2. Some cases I castle queenside. h3, some idea g4. If c5, I probably just play c3. F3, queen h4. Okay, maybe g4 here. A little bit risky. Yeah, this move too. Be patient. I want to keep a piece on the e5 square. I don't want my pawn to have to trade. Because e5 square is just a gaping hole. And the difference between these knights is I have long-term potential for f3, and black can never play f6. Wow, so if I play c3, there's knight c3. Can I trap the bishop in the end? King f1, queen c2. Not sure. Walk the king to c2 there. I should probably just play king f1. A difficult position to understand here. Rook d1. I mean, what is this clump of pieces? What is this? I think bishop b1 is logical. Maybe my king can walk to h2. Even knight h2. Then that allows g5. Maybe h4 then. Wait. Some bishop e5 ideas. If I take... Maybe I should just get the bishop pair. My thought process is kind of scattered. But I think this is logical. So if I take on e4... Maybe h4. Down about a minute. I mean, g3, king g2 is some weird idea. Okay, I can always take on e4 if I get too scared. Now, next move, I do want to play f3 and trap the knight. So knight g4, I think I just win a pawn. Aha. Let's see what happens here. Takes. So f3, knight f2. Not sure though. Rook h2. I have to keep h4 defended. The calculation is after takes, and knight's trapped. Still a tricky position to play though. I think the other knight should have moved to f2, because then h2 would have been covered. If rook g1, I would have lost h4. Okay. Probably g3, rook f2. Bishop's terrible there. Okay, and finds a new home on g4. d4 always runs into queen e4. Okay. Be up a piece. Do you want to take on d5, play rook d2, queen e4? Okay. It's not easy to win games, man. Let's go. Okay, 3 out of 4. New all-time high rating. Yeah, I mean, I took a lot of time because I think it was worth it around here to try and figure out the calculation. But I wasn't sure what I was going to do after this. Like, this could be a lot more troublesome. It looks like it shouldn't make a difference, but yeah, I have knight h2. Oh, maybe rook h2 still? This doesn't look right, though. Takes with check, takes. But maybe this would be an option for me, bishop g3. Do you have a London opening class? Yeah, we have the London command, in which, yeah, it's an 8-hour video course I made on London. This is a pretty rare line, because it weakens e5, so it's not appealing for most players. And white's supposed to just be slightly better here. I'm curious if I had any other like better chances. Okay, so king f1. Yeah, I was spending some time looking at c3. I probably spent too much time here. I was calculating these lines where I have queen c2, king e2, but I think it's too slow because like queen b4 and the queen or bishop will move to c3. g4. Yeah, already like black's doing fine. It's a very hard position to judge what's going on though. Wait, so this is fine for me. So what happens after knight ef2? Oh, I just take the knight and trap the knight in the corner. Yeah, so many potential knight traps. Oh, I took the wrong knight. Oh, wow, both knights are trapped. I didn't even realize that. I can take here. And this knight is trapped. I took there. Yeah, I pre-moved queen b2, but my opponent took on e3. And apparently black is a little bit for choice. But yeah, having the two bishops is still nice for white. Okay, I missed c4. If I saw c4, I'd probably play it. And eventually my opponent dropped e6. I didn't have enough time to calculate this. I mean, maybe I could have just played it intuitively. I guess the point is e6 is going to fall in this line. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm playing DUBOV. Have I played DUBOV before? We may have played a few times on Lichess, actually. This might be our first time playing on chess.com. Did I take this picture? I may have taken this picture of him. Let's look at a few photos of him at World Cup. G6. Okay, let's play this line. So c5 takes queen a5. There's one trap thing. If queen a5, queen d2, never mind. Oh, yeah, I know this line. I usually take and play bishop e5, but it's not a good move. I think bishop b5 the way to go. Play bishop b5. It's been a while since I've looked at this. I'm hitting the knight twice. Okay, I have f3 here. d5 isn't quite hanging, or is it? Don't think d5's hanging. And take and get the bishop pair. I'm temporarily up a pawn. think I just castle kingside soon. I wonder if bishop e5 is playable. Like queen d7, bishop e5. Wait, what? I win this pawn? Issue is queen a5. And queen a5 looks risky for black too. I mean, he might play it, but... Wow, so knight's hanging. I want to play a4 here. Takes, king f2. I could take on c3 as well. I don't see how he's winning back the piece after takes king f2. Oh, there's knight f6. Queen d2 doesn't work. I mean, I have to go for this. There's king d1, but a knight f6 is coming. DUBOV so tricky. I have queen d4. I have queen e5 here. This is very material. That's interesting, actually. Queen e7. It's very materialistic. The point is queen g5 after knight d5. And if it takes, I have e4. I'm still up a pawn. Like, king is randomly on g3. The dark squares are kind of weak. Oh, g6 is defended, but I have queen h6, thankfully. I don't want to get my queen trapped. All right, e4, hitting the knight and... Ooh. Oh, he's running this and this. Wow. I have rook c1. Play rook c1. King h2. The problem is there's a mate threat on g2. Maybe I can keep bobbering the queen. It takes... Oh, I have queen c2 in the end there. So here it takes and queen c2. I think saves me. Still a little bit low on time. I have rook g7, probably e4. I get the chance. He's so sneaky. Okay, so queen f4 ideas. e4 is still on the horizon. Rook d1, rook a1. g6 is still tender. Oh, there's a really cool line. All right, I sack on a7 and take on g6. Oh, there's queen e6 though. Let's start with this anyway. Playing for a win. This bishop f8. Let's go! Let's go. I missed bishop f8 the first time, but found it the second time. Nice game. Also, I think I've hit a peak heart rate, like ever on stream. Let's go. Also, new peak blitz rating. 27,55. Okay. Yeah. Overall, I think that was I think a nice game. There were some like small things I missed initially, but I was seeing tactics quicker than usual. Thanks everyone. Appreciate the hype. Okay, this is definitely my best ever start to a Title Tuesday. There was a Title Tuesday a few weeks ago. I beat Maksulu. I don't think I was 4 out of 5. My name is still not visible, or is it? Where am I? Hey, I'm visible. I'm tied for 26. I'm the very last in the standings here. Okay, playing another GM. No time. Not so much time to cool down. Who is this? Oh, I'm playing Alekseenko. Okay. I'll play Accelerated Dragon. Andrea Botez was sharing this opening on her stream yesterday. To remember lessons from that stream. Also have to remember my prep. And I played this in Iceland. So it takes in bishop c6. Knight c2's a move. Wait, I showed this in oh no, I didn't show this in a YouTube video yet, but the line is to take and then bishop h6, I think. And then e5. I played a 1800 elo in Iceland who also played rook c1.
Let's go.
And I checked the analysis after the game, and this is the engine's recommendation, although it gets weird after this. Takes, I think bishop c6 in the end. F4. E5 still probably makes sense. And it's the whole idea. Now, I'm playing this kind of blindly, but okay, relying more on intuition and remembering. Okay, so now I could take the rook.
I have nothing reasonable to say, but I'll still type this one out for no real reason. We all love you, Eric less than 3.
Oh, thank you. I'm also muting alerts because I want to try and stay focused here. I think takes and knight g4. The problem is I might be getting mated really quickly. Oh, maybe it's okay. And the problem is knight d5 comes too. 4 takes. This might already be really bad for me. I don't have any other move. Queen b6. G4 takes. I mean, I'm up to exchange, but the position is just crumbling. Knight d5. Maybe I can give it back. Then I'm down 2 pawns. It takes a knight d5, f6, takes. Bishop takes queen b6, king h1. The problem is queen h6 is coming in these lines. Okay, that move might also just win. Like, how do I stop? How do I not get mated here? Nah. Oh, I have an idea. Bishop f5. Problem is knight d5. Nothing works. I want to play this, but then knight d5 is coming. I mean, what else to do? At least I'll have some time to recover, because this is probably going to end really soon. The hope is to get queen versus rook and then set up some stalemate trap. That's not even happening. I couldn't take because I would lose. I'm just going to resign. Okay, that was a rough game. I tried playing this interesting opening idea. Let's analyze. It's a valuable lesson, though. Okay. Yeah, no time to bring in the DUBOV game. To bring in that game later. Yeah, for those just joining, I beat DUBOV and then just had this game against Alekseenko. Oh, this has been played before, though. Okay, so... Yeah, I was remembering some rook c2 and then e5. But f4 most played. And then... Then e5 is just a blunder. Okay. Yeah, I should have probably been a little bit more careful. This is a danger of like remembering a single move in opening preparation, but not understanding the resulting lines. I just assumed e5 was the idea, but I guess in this case, the idea, white can't play f3. And yeah, now the pawn is attacked. And if bishop f3, I take on f4. So it's a little bit awkward for white to defend the pawn. I guess black doesn't mind this trade. Knight d5. Ah, it takes in queen b6. Nice resource. Okay, next time I'll know. If f4, bishop c6. But if this move, then we play e5. Bishop e3. And then I was trying to remember this. So this and this are playable. I'm not sure if I understand why knight e8 immediately. I guess it does defend the pawn. I mean, knight e8, queen g5 ideas. That's kind of cool. Queen g5. These pawns are weak. Bishop e6 coming. Okay, and then real quick, let me just see the end of this game. I think I was just dead though. Yeah, knight e8's the best try, but bishop f6, good move. Okay. A valuable lesson. Sometimes valuable lessons can also be a little bit painful. Okay, so I'm playing low rate player again. Airquake from Poland. I'm just going to play a London. I actually know some theory here. If e6 knight f6 is played, like e6 and then yeah, I prepared this a while ago for Fiddler. Of course, Fiddler, I wasn't expecting him to play a6 on move 1, but he plays a line with like knight f6 b5 against London. And the idea is after d5, I play queen b3. I think it's still queen b3. Queen c8, rook c1. There's rook a7 too. Rook a7 might be played. And then I think rook c1. Yeah, so some pressure here. Knight a5 is a threat. Probably queen a4. Yeah, the goal is probably just a castle. I might throw in h6. H5 might be consideration for black. Or h3, I should say. I'm doing well on the clock. And bishop e2. And also a3. A3. A3 is okay. If takes, I take back, I think. I don't mind the double pawns. Okay, I could take. I'll just keep things simple. Ooh, 94 coming. I have to take with pawn then. Forgot about 94. Forgot about that move too, man. Bishop. Oh no. Not have a good response. I'm already in trouble. Maybe it's okay. Like some rook b3 idea. 94 rook b3. Ah, I missed bishop a4. Wait, this is what I wanted though. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted. Ah, everything's crumbling. Okay, let's fight. I'm just missing so many things this game. Well, black doesn't see this move, apparently. Okay, they saw it. The good thing is there's optical bishops. And I'm threatening this. I'm also threatening this, which isn't really a threat, but maybe it's something. Some g4 ideas, if f5. I take on e6? No, I can't. a6 is defended. I think I'll just castle. Knight e5, knight g4. Okay, interesting. I mean, let's start with c4 and then d5. E7 is a target. D7 could be a target. This is a nice, juicy square. There's definitely some hope here. I'd like to play Queen E3. E5 is a good move. It looks really wrong, like King G2 or King H2 and then Queen D2. I have to prevent F5 though. Black finds it. There's still some idea. Queen D2, Queen G5. Rook takes. I gotta go all out. Queen G5. This doesn't work at all, but have some hope. Not good. Yeah, well played. What to do? I tried to be tricky. Almost got enough counterplay. I don't know why I can't even like click on the notation. I can use the arrows. Yeah, another loss is another lesson. So I just blundered A3 this game. Yeah, there's a cool line like if D5 here, then Queen B3, improving on Caruana's game. And then if Rook A7, there's Bishop B5. There's some crazy ideas where we keep sagging the bishop. Yeah, I didn't sense the danger here. I should take Bishop G3. I think I played really quickly too, which just allowed initiative for black. If I take, then knight takes, and then this is completely different. And then it's just very stable. It's still a fight, maybe F5, castling. But then the queen side is held together. Hey, thank you, Lile. Appreciate the raid. I wonder if Lile was playing at least part of Title Tuesday. If you're just joining, we are midway through Title Tuesday. Just finished round 7, I want to say. So more than halfway through. Yeah, the reason why I'm analyzing on Lichess is because, first of all, I can save all my games. So if I want to go back to any, it's much easier. It's just one click away. and all my analysis would be saved too. In previous streams, I was having issues, like when I turn on the engine on chess.com, it was lagging a little bit. There's also built-in opening book here, so there's just a few features I prefer. Okay, playing Blood Crusher. Play this. Knight c3. Maybe a6. I should really know what I'm doing here. Takes and then a6. There's b6. And c5 might happen. I don't think c5 is as bad when the bishop's like on c1. I do waste time moving the thing. Huh. Okay, so I'm expecting a3. Because white wants to play a3, b4, unless I don't want to play a3, b4. Now I have b6. It doesn't look pretty, though. I wonder if knight fd7. That looks so passive. I'm also just moving too slowly. So f4, the idea is f6. But there's a line like f4, f6, and f3. So now I can take. Question if I want to play g6. I can also play knight d7. I'll play knight d7 first. And g6 looked a little bit too risky. Okay, weird opening so far. Really. So idea of this. Maybe f6 if the timing is right. Wait, okay, I was half expecting f4 there. Or no, f4 bishop a6. Okay. What to do? I think f5. Maybe f6 actually. I have two bishops. Might as well try and open the position. d4. d4 is really just an attempt to simplify because I'm getting low on time. I just want an easier position to play. If knight moves, I take the pawn. If queen takes, we trade queens, and I take on e5 and bishop e5. Both moves come with initiative. That move I didn't see. Take, take. Have to take. Some queen h3 check, but e5 is going to come. Wow. Takes. There's a really funny line.
Have a good one.
I'm sacking a queen. Thanks. I saw queen h3, but I'm trying to make sense of this. Because rook a1, I have c... No, I'm threatening rook d1. g3 or f3 both look kind of ugly. Because I'm going to have like c2. There's a lot of initiative here. Bishop might develop. But then c2, rook d1. Just very low time. Bishop f4. Bishop a6. Takes. I think this is a safer option. Maybe not best, but keeps things alive. Yeah, queen b3, very strong move. I think I have to go into the sack e6. No, really? Blundered a little bit. Still tricky though. Am I winning the queen? Now I'm safe. Definitely playing for a win. Let's go. Did I miss something? I feel like a lot of things were probably missed in the time scramble. Man. Yeah, thankfully I was not the bug being crushed that game. And it was very hard to judge the queen. At first it looks like a queen blunder. This is such an easy move to miss.
Nice.
But man, it's really hard to calculate this fully. I think white played some really good moves. Like bishop f4 should be best, and rook f1. And I don't have time for rook d1 because the bishop still covers the square. And then this was really strong, not only hitting c2, but ensuring that when I play this, this is hanging. But white didn't take the e6 pawn. And then we got the two rooks for the queen, and this is still super tricky. For a moment, it looked like white was going to be promoting. Okay. GG. 5 points. That was round 8. No, was it?
Thanks once again, Eric, for the awesome content. Love from Belgium.
Oh, thank you, Robin Spector. Okay, so that was round 8, so we have another break. Okay, do I know this person? Polish Grandmaster?
Yeah, move order can be interesting here. If e6, I play e3. If this, I would play knight c3. So bishop e4, knight fd2 is the main line. I'm preserving knight c3 for later. Bishop e7, most expected. There's a line, bishop e7, knight c3, c5, d5, which I had in a OTB game once. d5. I had this in a recent Title Tuesday, actually. And I got a really bad position. I think I was playing Aram Hakobian. Okay, this should be pleasant. I'm threatening this fork, hitting c7 and h7. c5 is expected. I have knight f3. Castling, maybe castling. Because the queen might want to develop before the knight comes in. Knight c6, probably rook c1. Probably still... how to do this. And queen f3. So now I'm preventing c4 because the pawn is pinned to the bishop. Some ideas, queen h3. Or queen g3. Rook c1 is typically a useful move. So now it's defended. Maybe bishop e5 here. Preparing bishop f5. There's queen g4. Trying to force a queen trade. I think queen g4 I can take on f6. Takes. It forces double pawns, otherwise I win c5. Okay, now bishop f5. Queen e8 expected. Wow. Forgot about queen b5, but... Okay, so what's happening? b2's hanging. Queen h3. And there's g6. Play b3. Oh, I can take on c5 in those lines. Maybe I take on c5 right away. Just rook d1, just positional chess. Interesting. Oh, I missed bishop g4. Not good. Simple tactics. I should have just traded, played simple. So if takes, I could take, and now I hit the queen. Opponent forgot the queen was hanging. Okay. Oh. Yeah, this move was disguised as like a simple trade. Sometimes it's hard to see that bishops can move backwards. Yeah, I had this idea earlier where like there were cases where the bishop wasn't defended but my queen was still on f3. But I guess it works out. Okay, I'm fortunate to win that one.
We both missed simple tactics. I missed a simple skewer, but black missed a simple bishop takes queen. Yeah, there's different levels of complexity of tactics in chess. But like the simplest chess tactic is taking a free piece. Oh, I'm playing MSB2. I think I played on Lichess a bit. We've played in the past. Okay, London time. This line. Bishop d3 makes some sense. Then there's some problem with a4 is also a move. A4 first. Even a5 here. Bishop d3. Yeah, b6 is a good move. So you can play knight d2. Opponent has barely lost any time. So some idea rook a4, rook a1, and just target the a pawn. Okay, if we trade, queen g3, even queen f3. Actually, trading everything I think is safest. I'm not better here, but I don't think I'm too much worse. Should bring my king to d3. Yeah, I'm probably just playing for a draw here. I think this is okay. Bishop's going to have to move back at some point. If e5 takes bishop g3. Probably f3. Yeah, c4 I think is timely. 4. Knight b4, king c3. h4 I think I play bishop h2. Keep control over the f4 square. And the idea is after takes, I want to play d5. I could play king c4. I think it's knight d7. Probably this first. Bishop d6 ideas now. walk the king up. Kind of nervous here just because it still takes work to defend. It's very close to a draw, though. H4, I have F4. F5. Moving way too slowly. Wait for, oh no. There is almost a stalemate trick actually. If here and then sack, I would play here and then hope for the pre-move. Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, I had this, it was slightly more comfortable for black because this h3 pawn. And somehow, yeah, I just got way too long time. King d3, but... And the king was ready to walk around. And this pawn was always defended. What to do? So there's something called the 50 move rule, which is an actual rule in chess, that if 50 moves go by with no captures or pawn moves, then the game is a draw. But because black has 2 pawns, what it looks like he's doing is like when it's like move 49 or when it's close to 50 move rule, he'll push a pawn and then the 50 move counter resets. So this game could go on for another probably 250 moves. So we might get to move 500. Or wait, no, there's potential captures too. Wait, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 200. Yeah, I could go on for another 300 moves because of 2 captures. So we might get to move like 550 something. And then we can do the math. So 300 moves is equivalent to 600 seconds because 1 second increment for both players, which is equivalent to 10 minutes. So we could be here for a little bit longer. Hey, resignation. I imagine that was chess.com stepping in to like force resign. It would be funnier if they made the other player resign, the one random player. Oh, I'm playing Harlem Brewington. I think that's his name. Something Brewington. Young talent in US. I know he's done content for Chess Kid. So final game. We have a accelerated dragon. And bishop c4 is the main line. Yeah, with bishop e2, I think is it? I'm trying to remember. I think it's d5 takes knight b4. Maybe this is also a line. So if I play knight d7, I kind of just want to play e6 and then c5. There's potential for white to attack, but also potential for black to just control some nice space. Threatening a fork. Bishop a6. There's a4. a4, rook b8, queen e2, queen b6. Ooh, d4. I think I'll start with this move. And some rook d8. Rook b8. That's kind of a weird standstill here. Rook d8 maybe coming next. Yeah, I'm not sure what either of us want to do. Queen c6 runs into knight a7. d4. I don't want to take too soon on b5 either. I play bishop b7, knight d6, bishop a8. Some eventual bishop f3. Maybe I'll go for this though. Making way for a6. Even d4 now. Bishop f2 expected. Okay, so now I have some like discovery tricks. Maybe c4 to start. Hmm. Oh, it's taking too long here. So bishop c4, d3, king h1, we trade. And some eventual knight c5. Okay, I like to see that move. I'll have to make this work. There's tactics with a6 and knight d6 in the end, or knight takes e5 in the end. I also take right away. I think this is okay though. So knight d6, knight e5. Yeah, I think this is why the king should have moved to h1. So if takes, I take with a check and then regain the knight. And the rook's still hanging. I could even consider rook d5 here. I mean, no need to be fancy though. I don't think I want to take the rook actually. This bishop's too strong. Or too valuable. I should keep it on the board. Okay, now rook d5. I do rook h5. g4 might happen. Then I probably invade via c2. If rook c1, rook c2 still. Because after the trade, I hit the bishop. I'm currently up one pawn. But say for a king, centralize a queen. Maybe wasn't necessary. Ah. Oh no, my pawn. I do have rook h8 now. Still tricky. Queen f3, bishop h4. It's setting up bishop h4. Missing bishop c3. Okay, one at a time. I think white had chances towards the very end there to play bishop c3. It felt like I was in good control the whole game, but or actually maybe not the whole game. Like the hero was tricky, but once I played c4, that was a momentum shift. Okay, that concludes Title Tuesday. 7 out of 11. It was a better score than I usually get on stream. The highlight was definitely beating DUBOV. Had a crazy game against DUBOV earlier. Also peak heart rate. Also peak rating. Peak rating was 27.55.